Yeah, hello and welcome to another update video about Cardano ADA. Quick warning before this video, there are scammers in the YouTube comment section that try you to reply to them and with WhatsApp numbers, so make sure you don't reply to them, or if you have done that already, make sure you delete them, report them. They are of course not me. They use just the logo and they are just scammers. That happens everywhere on YouTube channels, so just make sure you don't reply to them. Also, when you are following us on Instagram and Twitter, make sure you only follow the official channels, and you can find them in the video description. Okay, so let's start with ADA here. ADA is still following at the moment the roadmap here. We talked about that wave 4 here being complete with a high likelihood at around, that was at around 68.7 cents. Since then, it appeared like we came down here in an impulsive move down in a wave 1. We moved up in a wave 2. Next, we should move down in a wave 3. Now that can have started already. Yeah, and it could be that we have already done off the wave 3 here in white, that we have already seen the first wave down, and that this is just the second wave. So you have a wave 1, 2 of a wave 3. That looks like it's not yet complete, because if it was complete, we would see quite a strong impulsive move down, like this one, or like this one. For now, it seems like we are still in a corrective wave, which is, to be honest, on a weekend like that, not a surprise. It is very quiet, but soon we should see some movement here. So I gave you that yellow target area for that wave 2 retracement, the area with the highest likelihood we would get into. And that area started at 57.2 cents and will end at 59 cents. And you can see we already got into it once and we touched it a second time. Couldn't even get into it once more. So I think we are also coiling up here for a move. This seems to be some kind of a triangle which is now evolving here. So we just need to keep an eye on that. It could be a breakout pattern as well here very shortly. And overall, we're just following along here. This weekend, it is quiet. On a weekend, you often don't really see a lot of volume, maybe until the end of the day today. You know, it is now here 6:26 UTC, so pretty much at the end of the day, you will get the weekly candle close as well, and that is usually when we see some movement here, not only in the ADA chart, but also on the Bitcoin chart. So keep an eye on that, and that would, you know, match very well here the apex of that triangle, because the closer we get here into the apex, the more likely is a breakout. And I would expect this breakout to the downside. However, it could also mean we go up first and max out this yellow target area. That is still within the current scope of possibilities here, and that again, that can go all the way up to 59 cents without a problem in this wave 2 over wave 3. However, as soon as we turn around here, we should see some red momentum, negative momentum to the downside, and then we should also, that is the next target for the bears, take out the 53.8 cent level. If that is taken out, it is a really important support level. Yeah, we had a lot of support here, and it's an important area of trade. This is also the 78.6% FIB level from a high level point of view. So here we had support, here resistance, support, resistance. No, it's actually resistance, and here we crossed it quite. So it's a very relevant level. So this, if we break that level, there's then a good chance, a good likelihood we start that wave 3 over wave 3, which is usually very strong. And when we do that, we should get to the next swing low at 44.5 cents. Could this also, so this is what we are still expecting imminently. Yeah, the fact that Cardano or ADA just moved sideways is just because pretty much all cryptos here on the weekend so far just moved sideways. But when they do that, they coil up for something. Yeah, even here we see an apex is forming, so potential breakout point is forming. So usually there will be a breakout here at some point. In my view would be it will go to the downside, but if it goes to the upside, the likelihood is it is just a fake out because of the Elliott wave count, and at the moment there's also a lack of volume. But of course we only know after a breakout, but that would be my expectation here, to come down a little bit lower and, you know, maybe max out the yellow target area, which goes all the way up to 59 cents, but then should find resistance here and move down in this current scenario. As I said before, this whole scenario will get invalidated. Well, it will get invalidated about 68 point, pretty much 68.9 cents up here. And 1 second, there you go. And ideally we also stay below 60.6 cents, this wave too high. But overall, you know, could all of this, could we have seen the low for ADA already? Yes, but with a lower likelihood. I think we technically could have seen the low for ADA. I did say that before, yeah, because we came into this whole target range that I've been talking about for many weeks, I think even months. This area between 29 and 54 cents, the area between the 88.7% FIB level and the 78.6 cent FIB level. So basically this yellow area here, we've come into it. So from a high level point of view, the requirements for the end of the correction are done. And this here, we could count this bullish as well. There is a bullish wave count for it. The problem we have with this at the moment though, is first of all, the price structure I'm not happy with. But what is even more problematic is if we count this as a wave 1, this here as a wave 2, the next wave up should have been the wave 3. Now that move up here wasn't high enough for that, because in a wave 3 you do expect the 1.618 Fibonacci extension level to be reached. That would have been 81 cents, obviously not reached. So it can't be a wave 3. And also this here can't be a wave 4 in which we currently are, the correction to the downside, because we have come down too low. We would have cut into the price area of the wave 1. That is not allowed. And the next move up should then make a new high. But again, what that would then be, the only way to count this would be a wave 1, a wave 2, and another wave 1 and another wave 2. Possible, yeah, but it gets less likely then. And at the moment, the way this comes across to the downside looks very impulsive. So of course it is possible now that ADA reached this overall target area between 30 and 60, between 29 and 54 cents, that the overall low is in. And however, we don't really have bullish confirmation for that yet. But as I said before, the low can now be in after many months of coming down. ADA also has fulfilled the requirements to complete the overall correction. It just needs to turn around now and move up. And this can happen now at any point in time. Therefore, I think we are close to the low. This scenario here that I have on the chart would suggest that we drop once more below the low from the 12th of May, which is here at around 38.4 cents. But we don't have to. Yeah, and that is just where we are, right? Every low for the altcoins now can be the lowest one, can be the last one, and we can start to move up at any point. And when we move up, ADA will start fast. We will start to see 10 to 20% increases in a day. And that is then what, you know, we need to be aware of. That can happen now at any point in time. I currently don't see the evidence for it yet. But should we make significantly higher highs here and go above the target area of 72.7 cents here for this overall wave 4 correction, so should we even move higher than that, break out above 75 cents, then we need to seriously consider the option that the low is already in. Yeah, to protect myself against that, I'm currently dollar cost averaging in at these levels with my buy orders. I think there is one around 55 cents. So yeah, this is currently how I deal with this. I know the price could drop once more, maybe even 50% from now to 30 cents, roughly 50%. But if you consider, you know, where we are coming from above $3, that really doesn't make much difference in the end, much difference. And if you consider where we are going, which would be above $4.50, that would be the target for the next larger wave to the upside, the wave 3. And again, that won't happen in a week. That will take many months to play out as well. As soon as the correction is finished, then for me, you know, dollar cost averaging at the moment is the way to go. But that's only what I do and no financial advice. Yeah, everybody just needs to be aware that this yellow target area here was the area where with the highest likelihood the overall correction will be finished. You probably won't be able to fish for the lowest low. Be aware of that. And this is here where also the accuracy of TA really ends. We have discovered the constraints of TA here. Because you can't do it much more closely. Yeah, we've we've come into this area, and yeah, we can look at the lower level wave count here, and based on probabilities, they would suggest we go lower once more, but we don't need to. Yeah, we don't need to anymore. And this is now a situation where we're in for many cryptos because they all reached my target areas and they all completed the requirements for the correction to finish, which doesn't mean the correction must be finished, but they can now turn around at any point in time. And what we currently see here, this lower level Elliott wave count, there is always a bullish scenario as well. That is, for me at the moment, unlikely, but we can see here at any point in time a move up. And what you need to be aware of as well, any move up now could also be just corrective, which means we will see an extended correction to the upside and then another move down. Don't be surprised. That wouldn't mean that the low is in, but it would mean that we see an extended correction to the upside. Be aware of the Basal hard fork. I had a few comments of people saying, what about the Basal hard fork? Well, the Basal hard fork will happen. And usually what we do expect is a bit of a run to the upside, but the question is, will this be a corrective move up, which means we will afterwards make another lower low, or will it be an impulsive move up, which means it might be a first wave to the upside, and after that we make a higher low, and then the correction low could already have been in before. So if that makes sense. So what we could be seeing before the hard fork is here an impulsive move up. That would mean the overall trend has shifted again, and we're likely to go back to all-time highs. And then afterwards, maybe if this is the event, we're going to see an ABC down, make a higher low, perfect. And if we then start to move up, that would indicate that the low was already in here. If, however, we see only a 3-wave move up in advance of the event, like that, that would indicate that we will come down once more in a 5-wave move and make a lower low. This is what we need to be aware of. So, short-term upside always possible, and this is really as close as you can get to it with TA. Over the last few months we've been talking about lower prices, and here we are now in this sort of turnaround space, in this space where we just need a bit more signals from the market and where everybody just needs to understand. Now we are in a space where really the probabilities that the price is moving up and that the low is already in has shifted. What has increased massively. It is still more likely for me to come down once more, and therefore I'm entertaining this idea here of lower prices with this short time frame Elliott wave count at the moment. But this is not guaranteed to play out. Be aware of that. And if ADA starts to move up, it will move up fast. And in the end, everybody needs to make the decision for themselves if they go in or not. For me at the moment, I am dollar cost averaging in. Absolutely, I'm not fishing here for the lowest low, because considering of where we come from, and that a couple of months ago everybody was like, right, a $2 ADA, super cheap, or no, maybe a $1 ADA, we will never go below $1 and everything, because everything's staked, you will never see prices below $1. Here we are, and this is how the sentiment shifts in the market. When we're finally at these prices, people are like, oh no, I'm waiting for another dip, and then we will at some point see these 20% upside days, and then, everybody will be surprised. But in the end, be prepared for it, just mentally as well, and have your plan ready. All right, that is my view about ADA. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.